The billionaire CEO harbored deep loneliness within his heart. During quiet nights, he would often take out his childhood fairy tale books, reminiscing about the stories his childhood companion used to tell him in those innocent days. The next day, the CEO gave the woman a comprehensive tour of his company. He brought her to the design department and asked her to evaluate the designer's work. The woman felt extremely uncomfortable about the situation, believing she lacked the expertise to critique other people's creations. However, the CEO encouraged her to share her honest opinions boldly, explaining that she could learn valuable knowledge from the process that would benefit her in the upcoming design competition 3 days later. The woman looked around carefully and then informed the CEO that one particular dress bore a striking resemblance to a design from a major luxury brand. The CEO immediately investigated her observation and became furious with what he discovered. The woman's assessment of similarity had actually been quite diplomatic. Upon closer examination, the CEO realized the designs weren't just similar but completely identical, differing only in color and pattern while maintaining exactly the same silhouette and structure. The CEO angrily berated the female designer responsible for the plagiarized work. However, instead of showing remorse or taking responsibility, the designer redirected her resentment toward the woman who had exposed her misconduct. The woman remained completely unaware that she had made an enemy. 3 days later at the design competition, the CEO's business rival served as one of the judges. This man had previously witnessed the close relationship between the woman and the CEO, so he deliberately changed what should have been a high score to a devastatingly low one. The woman plummeted from first place to last place, leaving her heartbroken and confused. To further sabotage the relationship between the woman and the CEO, the rival arrived in his luxury car to pick up the woman after the competition. However, the woman already harbored resentment toward him, knowing that her design had been the most outstanding piece in the entire competition. She couldn't understand why he had given her such an unfairly low score. Using the pretext of explaining his scoring rationale, the man convinced the woman to leave with him so he could clarify his decision. The woman, desperate to understand where she had gone wrong, reluctantly got into his car. This scene was witnessed by the CEO, who observed the interaction with growing concern. The next day when the woman arrived at work, the CEO presented her with a specially customized access card. This card would allow her complete freedom of movement throughout his company, including unrestricted access to his personal office. The CEO had been fantasizing about the woman's grateful reaction to this generous gesture, but reality delivered a harsh blow to his expectations. The woman couldn't comprehend why the CEO was giving her such privileged access, especially since she planned to leave the company once the contract between the CEO and her mentor expired. The CEO immediately began to worry about losing her. Through his assistant's persuasive skills and eloquent reasoning, he eventually managed to convince the woman to accept the special arrangement. The CEO had been under the mistaken impression that the woman harbored romantic feelings for him, so he decided to create an opportunity for her to confess her feelings to him. Later, while driving the woman home, she seemed nervous and kept hesitating to speak. Assuming she was preparing to declare her love for him, the CEO confidently and somewhat domineeringly encouraged her to voice whatever was on her mind. The woman gathered all her courage and finally told the CEO that he had sauce on the corner of his mouth.